Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, back with another episode of Grand Arena Championships. This is the last round of week 3, and it wasn't too bad. It was a little bit interesting because I got to try something different. I'll show you that. This is the shot of the board when I went in. My opponent killed one of my teams, and then he got stuck hard. Like he struggled. I'll show it to you, but let me show you what he's got down south. We're gonna take this out first. He's got a Ray team with the Bros and a Grievous nuke team. So since he's got IG-88 and it's set up for the Grievous nuke, my bright idea was to change up my Night Sisters and do DACA lead, because that way they got the extra defense, whatnot that she provides, and that way Grievous won't be able to get one big hit off to clear the board. It's difficult for the nuke to kill your Night Sisters anyway, but it's impossible if you do DACA lead with the extra defense. However, if you're looking, one thing you'll notice is I meant to bring in Talia instead of Night Sister Spirit. I wasn't paying attention, and I should have been. He's got the Zeta on IG-88. I think that's the one where you can't heal up. If you're target locked, then it's like you have healing immunity too. So you'll notice I tried to do that and it didn't click with me for a minute, and I was like, oh, I meant to do that. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get through this team. You don't have the constant revives like you would for MT lead, to bring everyone back and boost up health that way. And I'm stuck with all this target lock and I can't heal up my team. Thankfully, Daka did not die right there, and she was able to get her revive off and bring everybody back. So that's good, but she's still target locked. And look, now she's in the red. So it's down to just Grievous, thankfully. But that target lock isn't going away, and everybody else is healthy. And we all know who Grievous likes to target when she's down in the red. And then that didn't even end up mattering because she just up and died off, like on her own. And so there's no way to bring her back at this point. I gotta keep everybody alive, or I'm gonna end up losing this. So look, Grievous goes. Thankfully, he didn't KO anybody else. And I'm just trying to win at this point because I have no revive mechanics. So trying to just get Grievous down, finish this up, and just thankfully just get through it. So there we go. Was ugly, but got through in one shot. Only 49, but at least, I got through it. And like I said, I got room to work. We've got his Kylo up top. He's got this Ray with the with the Jawas. Okay, let me tell you about this team. I've seen other people use it. I've never gone against it. The whole purpose is to put a stop to Vader, right? Because the Jawas, the thermal detonators and all that. So I figured, okay, I have room to work. I'm going to use my Vader anyway. And if it fails, then I know what I'm going to use to get through it. We'll just see how it does. So I'm going to show you what not to do. Like, here's my normal Vader team going against this Ray, and this is what you don't do. I'm taking my time. So I do the Force Crush. Look at all the thermals it puts on Vader. So, not good. I go to look and see which one's Scavenger, because if you can take him out, then you don't have to worry about thermals. I did a Cullen Blade to him. It did absolutely nothing to him, and you can see right there that it killed my Vader. Just took him out. So he basically did like 2 hits, and he was down. So I'm just staring like, is it worth it? No. So I just went ahead and forfeited, and I figure, we'll just come back to that later. Like I said, I got room to work. I'm not worried about my opponent, beating me in score, but at the same time, I do want to clear some zones just in case he decides to get frisky toward the end and try to go clear my bottom or whatever. I don't think that's a possibility, but we're just going to clear this bottom and see what's in back and then make a plan from there. So I've got my Jedi to spare. Since I put some of my Jedi on defense, with Jedi Master Luke, this is who I've got left. I got my JKR team is like the old school JKR team with Grandmaster Yoda back in there. So I went ahead and took them against his Rey team with the bros and just target Finn straight away, take him out. That way I don't have to worry about all that inspired and the counterattacks and all that mess. And just go ahead and take him out of the picture and then start working on everybody else. So I know that this will be kind of the cheapest team, if that makes sense. And I still have some good stuff saved for the rest of the board. So it was a pretty cheap cost to get through, see what he's gotten back. But like I said, it won't matter. I'll show you mine at the end, just how he did and the progress that he made and stuff. And you'll just see why I'm not worried. So it's like, let me just clear as much as I can. I don't need to necessarily full clear, even though I like to full clear. I just want to clear as much as I can and get a healthy lead that way. Now I just got Rey left to take out, got her into the red, and she's done. So, done with that. Oh, there's Poe over there, but he can't do anything. He's he's just standing there taking the hits, trying to heal up if I can, get any banners back, but it's not going to come down to that. So 58 banners there. Done with that zone, opens up the back, and I get to see what he's hiding back there. And he did not have a Jedi Master Luke by lock. He told me that he got him, after the week started, he got him. But when I ran the comparison at the beginning, it did show that he didn't have him unlocked. So I went into this match with that advantage. Thankful for that. Now we're going up against his Mothma team, and I've been using bounty hunters. I've been using my bounty hunters for a lot of things lately. Like if I can get the right DR team, I'll try and take them out with that. They're good for taking out Night Sisters. They're good for taking out this one Mothma team. Seems like because you can ignore taunt and focus on who you want, look at that. Do boss lead, and then you end up popping the contract off pretty quick. So once that goes off, your guys are all souped up, ready to go. And my Relic 7 Django hits nice and hard. I've got Disintegrate up for Mando, so I was thinking about what I should do. But look at that, I'm making pretty quick work of this. They've only got one left, and then she summons the whatchamacallit. Doesn't really matter though. Like I said, these bounty hunters, they put down plenty of damage, so I can go after who I want. And it's Hoth the Rebel Scout. He gets turn meter. At first I thought that was the summon thing, but it's one of the Hoth bros, and he gets turn meter and gives turn meter. I don't know. I don't have mine up yet. I haven't wasted any extra resources on him. I think he's sitting at gear 12 for me. But I do want to get him up for this team because it can be a decent team if your opponent doesn't have the right stuff. They can get stuck on it. But if you do if you do keep the right things, like I got bounty hunters, they seem to work just fine if you've got Grief and Mando and everybody at decent relic levels. Look at that. Tore through this team, got 60. So that's great. Now we can go up top here, start working on some of these teams and see what kind of ships he's got waiting him back for me. So let's start clearing these off. So I saved my own Kylo for offense this time, and I'm going against his Kylo in a mirror match. So I should be okay there. I haven't done a mirror in a good while because you only, would really do that in arena. And now there's all these different comps and everything. So I haven't practiced my Kylo mirror matches in a little bit. But it should be okay. As long as I can get through and kill some of these off, I should be able to make some good progress. So that's all I'm trying to do is now that I can, get a shot, I'm trying to either kill the taunts or get around the taunts and go after the red trooper. I don't want him doing his AoEs and all that. I've already got some ultimate charge, so we'll go ahead and pop ultimate. I found that when I did run it in arena, it seemed like to me, if you can get to ultimate, even though it's only the one turn, go ahead and do it. And that way you can get that nice AoE and do damage on everybody. And then when you get your next turn, you usually are able to take out some people. In this case, he was able to go into his ultimate too, so I'm kind of stuck there. I at least can go after his crew and take him out. But now it's the 1v1 with Kylo, and sometimes that can go pretty sideways. In this instance, though, thankfully, he didn't get any dodges or anything. I was able to take him out. So, all in one shot, but again, horrible banners 46. It's not great. So, here's that Rey team. I thought, okay, let me see if I can kill a couple of these things or go after the scavenger. Since Geos can dispel taunts and whatnot, I figured maybe they can work around and go after the scavenger. But once she puts that lifeblood on him, look at that. I thought, okay, I'll do the big hit and see what I can do there. And it did nothing. And then I get him down into damage immunity. All that does is give her whirlwind, and he's sitting in damage immunity, and I'm stuck with all these thermals on me. So, yeah, I'm making no progress whatsoever. And she does the whirlwind, and I keep going. I'm just stuck, you know. There's nothing I can do. And the bombs are going off, and if you guys remember, Jawas actually are a decent counter for Geos because of all the bombs that they end up stacking up. So Jawas can take out Geos. And here, finally he's out of damage immunity, but she gets her ultimate. And look at that. Just tore me up. All those bombs and all that damage. I mean, it's just crazy. So I threw my gas team at it. I've used gas before against a Rey, and as long as Rey doesn't have high damage, you're usually okay. In this case, though, I had left the team with turn meter, and so the moves aren't like they would normally be, you know, and that's why she started off and she had a whirlwind and made gas take a knee. I mean, my gas is modded for heavy offense, and right there she did another one, so that sucks. She was able to whirlwind and take out fives right there. So no super clones for me, which is not a great thing at all. You want as much damage as you can get. And so now she's in the ultimate, and the whole thing with gas is it's all about timing. And so if you can time it and tank an ultimate when he's standing, you're okay. But if he sits down and then she hits, you're going to end up losing all your clones. So there she did her ultimate. He's standing up, thankfully, or they would have all been dead. And I'm just trying to make whatever progress I can. Like I said, I don't have super clones. I'm kind of stuck there. I was able to take out L3, so at least that's gone. I'm trying to get out Scavenger, and I did there. Well, look at that. She did her whirlwind right when he sat down and took out all the rest of my clones. So now it's just gas, and when he's all by himself, he's not nearly as strong. So nothing I can really do there. Look at that. Her whirlwind just KO'd me. So not great. Not great at all. I'm using way too many teams to get past this one Rey team. So finally, I just say screw it, and I go in with my CLS team. And CLS with 3 POC, C3PO, I mean, that's heavy damage. So I was planning on using this team down south against the nuke team that he's got down there. But I really wanted to use it here so I can guarantee that I'm going to get to the ships. Because I'd rather clear 2 top zones than just clear that one on the bottom. So now that I took down the Rey, I can start working on these others. And he's got that Stormtrooper Han team, which isn't great. We all had to put in some kind of filler teams these days, 1 or 2 at least. And so as long as you can cobble together something with some decent characters, you should be okay. And he does have Nest on this, so you do got to look out for that. But I brought in my EP. I've got Scion and Nihilus left over. I put Dooku in there, and then just Shore for a tank, and the fact that he can heal up is kind of good. So brought him in there to take some of the punishment till my team can get going. And I figured, they should do a pretty good job. Nest can be a little bit of a pain, but that's what Nihilus is for with Annihilate. As long as I got that, I should be in good shape. So I'm just trying to basically kill time until that Annihilate comes up. And trying to throw Shock down, do whatever I can. Mission is still over there. She can be pretty deadly, so gotta watch out for that. But other than her, I mean, it's not too big a deal. I'm trying to get Vandor out. That way I know he won't be able to bring anybody back. I don't want to mess with that revive business. So trying to just KO him, get him out of there. Almost got it. Got Held by Hatred up from Scion. And so there we go. Was able to get Vandor out. Now I've got Annihilate up. Thankfully I can just take Nest out there. Now it's getting to be more manageable. Right now I'm trying to get Mission out because she's the next, highest damage dealer. She's really the only damage to worry about. The other two are just tanks, and they're going to taunt and be hard to take down, but she's the only one that can actually end up killing people. So got to watch out for her. Right now Shore's taking a beating. I'm trying to do what I can to, mitigate my banner loss, but I'm not having a whole lot of luck. You can't really gain any protection back. So nothing I can really do there. Still working on Mission, trying to get her out of there. Like I said, throw down Shock, try to get the big hits in. Finally took her out. Now I can get these next two. So I'm just going to work on one of them and annihilate the other one. That's what I figure. So you can see that this team will work. It's not like, oh, put this team together, it's the best. This is just kind of what I have left over at this point. I've spent too many teams on that Rey team. I really shouldn't have taken my Vader in there and just did, gas straight away and taken it down and then cleaned up and saved my Vader. But I just wanted to do it because I'd never tried it, and I know the way that team was supposed to work and why it prevents Vader. And I guess now you can all have seen that and see what you don't do. Don't do that. Don't open up with, Force Crush and try to Culling Blade him when he's life-blooded. It gets you absolutely nowhere. So now it's better. You can bring up an example and say, don't do that. I saw somebody fail on that, and now you don't just have to think about it. You'll know. So there we go. We're learning every day. Almost got Han down. There he goes. Now that that's done, it wasn't pretty because, like I said, I lost my Shore. I got no way to gain back the protection on any of those, so the banners weren't pretty at all, but at least I got through it. So that opens up his fleet. I can see in the back there what he's got, and he's got Radis and Akbar back there. And that's fine, because I can beat both of those. I took Negotiator in against the Radis, got 62 banners for that, and I took my Malevolence in against his Akbar, I think, and got 55 banners for that. So, or vice versa, whatever it is. I can't tell from the pictures of what I did and all that, but that's what I did. Malevolence and Negotiator, and you saw what I got there. I threw the whole rest of my roster at that new team in the bottom, and it was new with B1 and B2, like a Grievous team would be, and there was nothing. I think I went 6 battles. I didn't even make a dent. I didn't even get one character close to death. Like, there's nothing I can do to make any progress on that. But he didn't go again. Like, he threw some teams up top of my Rey, and when he said he messaged me that he was done, I mean, he was done. So I'll show you the top here. He took out my Jedi team with Jedi Knight Luke and Jedi Master Luke, and he really struggled on my Rey. Went in, dropped all the best of his remaining teams, he said, and just couldn't get it down. So he wanted to throw the rest of what he had at Rey, and that left him nothing to go towards the bottom. So that was it. He never ended up attacking. He didn't even try to kill these teams off on the bottom. You see I've got my skeleton Darth Revan team, and then I've got just a Padme team there, and so we had nothing left for that. So that's the way it ended. Not a full clear, and it was ugly and messy, but hopefully you guys learned something. I always learn something every time I try different things, and I'm happy though. It was a win. I think I ended up winning all three of my matches this week, so good enough. And we'll see what this last week brings. The match is going to start today, I think, as of the time I'm recording this. So we'll see you guys in the next round. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.